if I'm thinking of hybrid billing models, hybrid pricing, maybe the top one that comes to my mind is segment.com, right? So for example, they offer a team plan. It starts with a basic price of $120 per month. And then on top of that, you have a number of unique tracked visitors. They call that MTUs, monthly tracked users. And then an average if you are using much more unique users than what you're supposed to do. So let's try and replicate that within Lago. So I'm going to create a new billable metric called monthly tracked users. And the code of this metric would be MTU, right? And I'm going to use meter types, meaning that I aggregate the number of unique users during a month, for example, and then it resumes to 0. And to deduplicate the number of users, you don't have to do that on your side. You can tell Lago to deduplicate the number of unique users for you. And by doing that, you can use what we call the count unique aggregation type. And the count unique aggregation type is counting the unique user IDs that you're sending. So anytime there is a user logging in your platform, you send the event with the user ID, and Lago is in charge of deduplicating the number of unique users. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to build this team plan. So let's get into this team plan, and I'm going to add a plan called team. The subscription fee, so what's the subscription fee? It's the core basic price of a plan. So here it's $120 per month. So I'm going to use the monthly plan interval, and I'm going to build that $120. Here you have two options. The first option is to bill in arrears. So these $120 are billed at the end of the month, but you can also choose to have this in advance, meaning that you bill that instantly at every billing period at the beginning of the month, right? So that's what we're telling the billing engine to do. And then I'm going to add usage-based charge, which is my monthly tracked users billable metric. I'm going to add that. And if you think of segments, here you could have, for example, a number of MTUs, but you can have some tiers of MTUs. So for 10K to 25K of monthly tracked users, unique users, you have these 0.012 cents per month per user, and then it's going a bit down. So then it's 0.011 and then 0.010. So that's tiers of prices for a bunch of users, right? So I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to use what we call here the graduated pricing. So for the first 10,000 users, it's included in the price. So I won't bill that. It's included in the subscription fee of $120. Then if you go overage, then for example, let's say the next 10K of monthly tracked users, I'm going to go for 10K to 20K. That's a price of 0.012 cents. And there is no flat fee, okay? This is only per unit per monthly tracked users. And then above that, I'm going to price 0.011. And I can add as many tiers as I want. On top of that, what I can do is to add a spending minimum, meaning that I want my customer to reach a certain amount of tracked users, otherwise I will build an average by default. I'm going to add this plan, and I'm going to start tracking unique users, and you will see how Lago deduplicates the number of unique users. So I'm going to add this new customer here, all right? And this customer is subscribing to the team plan. So I'm going to add the team plan, and I'm going to bill at the sign-up date of the customer. I'm going to keep the prices here as is, and I'm going to assign the plan. As you can see here, we are going to track the number of monthly unique users, and we are going to bill that at the end of the period. First of all, what's very interesting here is that you have the first invoice for the in advance subscription fee payment, right? So this is the monthly subscription fee for the team plan. And the average will be billed at the end of this period, so at the end of the month. Let's get back to the analytics tab and let's track unique users. So I'm going to go here. My code is MTU, that's the code of my metric, that's my customer. And here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to track user 1, for example, all right? So I'm going to send that. And you will see how Lago deduplicates that. So here, I got 1 unit, right? It's included in the 10,000 monthly tracked users for free, and that's the user 1. If I'm sending another user that is logging in my platform, which is user 2, then it will also count a unique user, so it's number 2, and they have 2 units. And if I'm resending that unique user for a new event, meaning that this user 2 is logging in again in the platform, so I'm sending that, I'm recording the event here. In that case, you will see that it's not taken into consideration. It's not taken into consideration because Lago automatically deduplicates the monthly tracked users by this property, the user ID. So you can send row events and Lago is in charge of deduplicating that. So imagine that I'm sending user 3, for example, I'm sending that. This is a new user recorded, and in that case, again, that's a new user, so that's 3 units. And as we have a tier pricing here, it's still 0 because the 10 first K are for free. And then on top of that, if we go above the 10K of unique users, then we are pricing a small charge per unique users. So this is how you can replicate Segment's hybrid pricing with both charges, usage-based charges, but also a fixed fee for the subscription.